The last time I did an apartment challenge, I kind of broke the game. I did a video where I tried to place the maximum number of apartments on just one single lot, and as you can imagine, the game really did not like it. In total, I had like 95 units on one lot, and the game kind of wouldn't run. I couldn't click on anything, I couldn't paint the walls, it kept trying to crash, like it was a complete disaster. And today, I want to push the limits of apartments in a sort of different way. I'd like to see the maximum number of Sims that we can fit in the tiniest lot possible. Kind of like those 8 sim micro home challenges, except it's a micro apartment and I'm gonna build 6 of them. So I'm on this 20 by 15 lot next to the pancake house, and I'd like to see how many apartments we can fit here. I think the idea is that I'll maybe have 2 on each floor, and then we'll go 3 floors up so we can do 6 in total. I would also really like for this to not look ugly. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but I will try. We can also see about trying to fit in some sort of community shared space in the front, but I don't really know how that's gonna go. I've got some more experience now since my last failed attempt at this, and one thing I've realized is that building it on a residential rental oftentimes causes a lot of lag. The game kind of struggles to do these, especially when they're big. So if I were you and you wanted to try and build a big apartment building, make it just a regular residential for most of the build, and then once it's done, you can swap it and then assign all of the rooms. So I think that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna build it just like normal, and then we can go back and adjust all of the labeling at the end. I also see myself doing a lot of copy and pasting with this. I think I'm just gonna duplicate the build a couple of times. So we'll start with just making one of the units. We're gonna have to do some sneaky things like hiding beds in walls and stuff to try and make the most out of this. I think that what we have to do is have like a really skinny hallway. The problem is that kind of wastes a lot of space. I wonder if we could make this into like a small entryway space, like right here. And I don't know if this is gonna work out, so bear with me. But I had kind of been envisioning that we have like outdoor staircases on the side, and that's maybe where it's not gonna work, because I want it to be like, I'm picturing like big patios on both sides of this, and that's where the staircases go. So we'd have like a front door there, and then maybe a staircase up to the next floor, and then that would just continue on and on as we go. I don't know if that looks good or not, but it's gonna have to do probably. Well, and then for that reason, this is probably bad. Like having that be separate is probably not a good thing. Okay, so imagine the front door is like right here. I'm gonna change these cabinets. I'm mostly just thinking about like where stuff should go. We're gonna need to have a kitchen, and the kitchen is gonna hopefully have a bunch of counters and like preferably an island. The kitchen island is good for this because that gives us seating without having to have a separate table, and then we can kind of multi-function this where we put like a sink there. Maybe there could be a laptop on one of the seats, and then they can cook on the extra counters. That does make this wall kind of a flop. That makes this wall kind of useless, but maybe there could be something on the wall, like hanging up there. I think we might be able to put a bathroom inside of this bedroom. That might be a good use of the space, depending on where I put the door. And I'm gonna have to play test this. This is gonna need to be like a triple check and play test multiple times sort of build. But this bathroom would be nice because we could fit in like a full toilet, shower. Your Sims can walk on top of that shower, so that makes that kind of easy. And they should be able to use that space. This becomes like the primary bedroom, I guess. Oh no, I'd like to have a living room. I don't know if that's gonna work out because I wanted to have 8 Sims in here, and if we want to have 8 Sims, like that's 2, 4, 6, 8. I guess we could maybe have the beds like this, and that gives me a little bit more room. That does fit 8 Sims. Not in like a nice way, but technically it does fit 8 Sims. And they have room for some more toys and stuff in there, I guess. Maybe the kitchen takes up too much room. Should I organize this differently? One regular set of counters. Then we could just have a normal table as well. That gives me a little bit more room for a nightstand in this bedroom. Or maybe instead of a nightstand, we could even use some of the tiny living stuff, like one of these dressers. It's always nice to have storage, and when you're making tiny places, you kind of have to think multi-purpose. So like this is a dresser and a bookshelf now. I'm rethinking again. I kind of want to flip these to the back now. I think I'd prefer if the living space was in the front. This is actually probably a very good time to do a Murphy bed. Instead of trying to do all this weird stuff with the separate bedroom, we could do a Murphy bed that fits 2 Sims. If I put a bunk bed in here like that, I know that's really weird, but that gives us like a second bedroom, which maybe is a little bit nicer than what we currently have. Because I think having all of the beds just in one space is kind of ugly. That does make this bedroom have no windows, so that is unpleasant. But it makes it feel more like a house and less like a 100 baby challenge bedroom with like 6 kids all sleeping in the same room. Not that that's not a house, but like, you know, just a wall of bunk beds doesn't feel that nice. It seems like a summer camp or something. So I think I like this layout better. Maybe this corner could have some more skill building stuff just to take advantage of it. But I think what I'll do first now is put some windows on the building. We can maybe even give them a little balcony because that might be a cute way to get them some additional space. I'll put a wall in between so they have privacy. This is not a micro home. It's not 32 tiles, but it does make a good use of the space that we have. I can make it smaller. I really like this fence that came with the pack. I don't know if I should do fencing out here though. I think it would be nice to have some sort of little courtyard space like this. Oh no, that does not fit. Okay, we have to alt place all of these so we can actually use them. I may have to use some debug like over here. Objects can't intersect with stairs. Oh, does that count as intersecting? Oh dear. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I'll have the staircase go like that. It's a little ugly. I'll admit it. It's not cute, but I'm doing what I can, okay? We'll come back to the exterior. I know it's looking a complete and total mess. I can see it too. So don't worry, I will fix it. I'll make it look good, I promise. I like this door from Horse Ranch because this kind of gives us like a cute color scheme that we can use. That takes up so much space though. Okay, hold on, wait. Swap this out so that there's still walk room. When the bed is down, your Sims aren't gonna be able to walk anywhere because it takes up so much space, but I think that's okay. Like, people are sort of expecting that. This comes in yellow and like kind of a minty color. The minty color might be better because I can get it to match the front door. I wasn't really planning on using Horse Ranch for this, but I can't use the big door. Like, that just takes up too much wall space and we don't have open wall space. Unless I maybe could use the big door. The staircase goes kind of at the back. We use this same door again because it sort of acts like a window. Hold on, this is a mess. This is a total complete mess. No, that's bad. That's really bad. Never mind. Go back. I was gonna suggest that maybe I flip around where the bathroom is, but I don't think that's a good idea. We could have the kitchen kind of like over here. No, just go back. It was better before. This is a fine layout. It's gonna work. We're gonna make it look so good. Maybe I'll get 3 big, oh no, that's too much. Never mind. We can do some big windows though in the little bedrooms, and it would probably be nice to have some windows in the kitchen, but that, I don't know. That looks bad. What if the fridge was over here, kind of out of the way, just a little bit? And okay. So this is, oh my God. Why did I have to make a separate bedroom? This is taking up a lot of space. This is like half the problem. Okay, wait. What if I scooted that over and I stole this? Because that gives us more room to work with. Maybe the kitchen table can go in there. Fridge still goes there. And maybe they have no windows, but they don't need to have windows. It's okay. Windows, they're dumb. Who needs them? Not us. We don't need windows. It's fine. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's cool. Okay, this is a new set of space here, but this might be an interesting way to like take up all of the room, and that gives us more counter space as well. Okay, you know what? That's done. This is the layout, I think. Your Sims can walk through it fine. They're a little bit smarter than you think. We've basically made a 3-bedroom house, which is perhaps a bit of an exaggeration, but it's kind of like 3 bedrooms. Depending on how you look at it, you could maybe say it's 3 bedrooms. I don't really love the colors of any of these. Like, I kind of think that this is ugly, if I'm being honest. Maybe I can make it work with this pretty color, because it has this like kind of nice minty and then pink, or maybe the mint is bad. What if it's just white? What if we just made it white on the outside? Because that gives me some more color options on the interior. I can't use the 4 rent counters because the corner piece is a bit smaller. I really like how this looks, but it doesn't fit with like the shape that I'm going for here. I need it to all fit in. So maybe I'll use these. These are the like wooden ones that come with Dream Home Decorator, and it does kind of match the wood from Tiny Living that we've got everywhere in here. And then we have these cute matching upper cabinets that we can use. I really like a lot of this stuff from Tiny Living, except the table is like bar stool height, which I don't know if I want for this purpose. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. Does that take up all the walking space? They might not be able to get through that. I think I need to bring a sim here. I think I need to playtest this. I'm cutting it a little bit close. Look at how bad that looks from Managed Worlds right now. You absolutely cannot tell what I'm going for. This is a disaster. Oh, I don't have any mods installed, so I can't cheat the weather. I didn't fix them after the update yesterday. It's so cloudy and gross here. Okay, well, I'll fix that later. We came here to playtest. That's the main goal. Can you come over this way? Is it possible for you to get through? Oh, it is. Okay. And this is what I mean. Like when this sim puts the bed down, they obviously can't walk through there. So you have to walk over this way and then put the bed down. But I think that's okay. It works just like a couch in the meantime. And then as far as other skill building stuff goes, I might put this bonsai tree in here because I never use that. And it is kind of a fun item. Plus your sims can use it to build their like gardening and flower arranging skills. I'll give them the laptop at this table, kind of like I talked about earlier. I don't really love how that looks, but I like the function of it. So there is one spot for them to sit and eat or like do homework, and then they can use the laptop. I think I'm gonna make this room sort of like a space theme, and I'll just use some nice light flooring everywhere. But the reason I say that is because it's gonna be dark no matter what, so we might as well just embrace it. They're not gonna have a window, so we can just pretend that it's on purpose. Maybe I'll give them the cool space light as well. That kind of, well, that kind of clips with their bed. I might have to size it down. Then it's not cutting into their bunk bed. Having a lamp is kind of a waste of space, but I think it looks cute and it helps with the theme, so I might just use it anyway. I don't know if any of these are very space-like. I don't think they are. They might be kind of fun color scheme-wise though, because that helps make it seem more like a kid's room. And then what if we just got some sort of small item, like this little thing? This is a really small skill building item, and it sort of just fits in the corner without taking up too much space. Maybe they could have a mirror on the other wall. And then all of this should be fine. I think that they can still use and access all of this room. It's just like a 1 tile wide walking space. So it's kind of tight. I might test it real quick though, just to be sure. Come here. Okay, we can get in the first bed. Oh wait, you can't get in the bunk bed. I forgot that I didn't really think that through. Okay, that ruins everything. That ruins absolutely everything. In fact, I'm devastated by this. I need for the ladder to be on this side. I guess I can make their room bigger. This part still works. This makes the door to the bathroom kind of a problem though. I guess the shelf can go this way and that should be fine. Oh, I think that'll be okay. And then the bedroom's bigger. And the bedroom, it deserves to be bigger. It was bad before. This is an improvement. This is why you play test. Because imagine if I just didn't notice that the whole time and then I like put it on the gallery and said, oh, it's functional. And then you were all like, no, it's not. You forgot about like a whole section, Kayla. Because that could have very easily happened and that would have been embarrassing. Okay, well they have a dresser now, so that's good. Can I get a teddy bear? I don't think I care that much if they can access the dresser. I mostly just care that they can get up the ladder. The dresser can be decorative because there will be other dressers in this house. Oh, good. Oh, that's way better. Okay, I feel good about this. This room can be done. Okay, what if we use this really adorable tile in the kitchen? I know that makes this bathroom door kind of weird because I don't really want it to be like halfway on the tile, but I don't know. I like it. I like the kitchen tile. I think that's cool. Okay, so annoyingly, we can't use the new toilets because I don't think they can walk across those unless they can, in which case that will make things really easy. You know how they can walk across the shower and it's fine? Can you walk across the toilet? No. Oh, you can't get through the cabinet? Can you get in here? Can you get over here? No. Okay, sorry, never mind. I was hopeful. It's flat. It'd be cool. But what I mean by that is she can walk across this shower. So like she can come in and just step past that with no problem. But unfortunately, you cannot do that with the squat toilet. I didn't think you'd be able to, but I kind of hoped you could. Maybe it was a little bit of wishful thinking there on my part, but I had high hopes. Okay, you can use the sink, right? You can make a functional bathroom in 1 tile. So this does work. I wonder if I could squeeze it into just like 2 tiles then, because we could probably put the door over here. This is maybe not okay. What I've got here probably won't work, actually, now that I think about it, but we can try. How far back can I scoot that? Like to right there? There's no way, right? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Okay. This sink is a little bit skinnier. Technically, you are able, okay, wait. I think what I normally do is scoot them like in the wall together and that works. I don't really want to do that. Can you use this? What if the toilet is just like in the middle of the room? Like what if it's just right there? It doesn't have to be like this. I can put it back to, okay, never mind. Just put it back to how you had it, Kayla. Just make it 3 tiles. It's really fine. It was totally fine before. I had to go and ruin it. Okay, how about that? You can still use everything in here, right? Yeah, okay. She's good. She can use all this stuff. She got in. She can use the toilet. She'll be able to shower. Come on, test it. There we go. Oh no. Not the welcome wagon. Eliza, please, you have to go. I'm so busy right now. I'm so preoccupied right now. Oh, we should get a little welcome mat. That's gonna be so cute. Okay, welcome mat outside. I'm trying to use stuff from the new pack where I can, because a lot of it actually looks pretty good in here. Oh, I need to get a sink. You know what? That would be nice. If we had a sink, that would be helpful. Okay, these tiles do not look good with what I have. Like, that looks absolutely horrible, to be honest. The color combination, it's not working. Maybe we try something like that. And I'll leave the counters open so they can cook because I don't want to risk taking up too much space. A place for family photos would probably be nice. And then it would also be nice to have a trash can inside. That would be a lovely perk to have. And I'm afraid that that might have to be the fully finished room. I don't want to add too much else for fear of like it stopping working. We have to do this last kid's room still. There's actually a lot of fun color options that we could try to use. So what I think I'm gonna do is split this across a couple different colors. And then I want to try and think about cool items to use. Okay, they can still use that. Hold on. Why is the ladder on the wrong side? Auto bunk beds off. Hello? What are you doing? Why? Okay, should I switch it? Should I like scoot this over or something? Okay, it's putting the ladder on the wrong side and I don't really understand why, but I'll just let it happen. I'll let it happen and I'll figure it out myself. This part should be okay. I think they can still get up in there. So they have the dresser. We can get some cute clutter like the calendar. Oh no, this is better. Wait, this is better and it's base game. So I'll use that. This room is nice because we can kind of get away with doing a lot of rainbow-ish colors, kind of just like generic kids room stuff in here. I'm worried about putting too much else. Okay, so as far as items to skill build with, we have this thing. So that's 1. We have the little violin, that's 2. Cooking, I guess, is 3. Dancing on the radio is 4. They can watch TV, that's 5. This thing makes 6. Reading books could be 7. Okay, that's only 7 things to do in the house. Oh, the computer, 8. Okay. There is a thing for everyone to be doing at all times. That's all that matters. Okay, I think that's the full interior of this done. I'm gonna just copy paste this everywhere upstairs real quick. Oh, insufficient funds. Oops. They will all be identical, which is not ideal. Like, it'd be fun if they had different colors, but if I'm being realistic about this, it'd be fun to have them all be different colors, but if we're being like realistic about this, oh no, I have to flip-flop it. Oh dear. Okay. We'll come back. I'll fix the downstairs in a minute. I'm just gonna copy paste the left side. But what I was gonna say is that we can worry about colors afterward. Like right now, kind of the main priority is just that it works. Really? Did you have to do that? Was that like so totally necessary of you to do that? There we go. Okay. Functional outdoor staircase. I have functional balcony. And now we wanna go through, and anywhere that I fear it may have double placed things, like double placed doors, I'll fix all of those too. Okay. Because I copy and pasted the rooms. It put 2 of the doors in some areas. Okay, that's all the left side done. I want to get the fences placed outside too. Is that too big? Now you have a better idea of what it's gonna look like from the outside. Of course it's cloudy, so you can't see it that well, but this does give you a better idea of how it's gonna come together at the end. I'd like to break out the growing together columns, but I don't know if having them stacked like this makes sense. Like, is it weird to have them be so, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain what I'm thinking. Like, is it weird to have the stone stacked up like that? I think the answer is maybe, because the stone feels very much like a first floor sort of thing. So I don't know if that looks good. Unfortunately, in this case, I think some slightly more plain columns are probably better. And luckily, we're able to duplicate a lot of this. I can just take the bathroom and like flip it around and take this bedroom and flip it around. But we are gonna have to custom build some of the other areas on these units. The problem is just that it needs flipped. So I kind of have to do it myself. Oh wait, the bathroom needs flipped too. I'm silly. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't take that long to fix it. It's like a 2-second sort of thing. And if you're looking at this and thinking like, wait, this is horrible, it's all gonna be exactly identical, that's gonna look so bad, don't worry. It isn't as bad as you think, because you aren't gonna see all of these units at the same time if you play here. If you actually play in this build, you'd only see one at a time, just the one that you've loaded into, and then the others would all be grayed out, so it's not really a big issue. Okay, so I've got the whole thing copied over to that side, so I'll just duplicate that onto the top floors, and then again, fix the bathroom situation, because the doors are pretty bad. We've got a lot of double doors happening. Insufficient funds. Oh my goodness, this place is expensive. It's pricey to build giant apartment complexes. I mean, who would have thought? It's almost like building 6 houses at once is expensive. Okay, so that is the whole place pretty much figured out. And now we gotta think about the outside because it's looking really ugly right now. We're also gonna have to get some mailboxes and stuff set up out here. And kind of what I was thinking to try and make the outside look a little bit better, I want to get some sort of brick or like debug fence to put along this area. Just something that I can kind of sneak in right here. That looks terrible. It doesn't have to be tall, but it could be tall like that. Just some sort of fence to like finish off the edge of the lot. This one actually kind of looks like that one that comes in the pack that I said I liked earlier, so that's good. And that just helps to give some division and some privacy between the two lots. I really like this little welcome mat item that comes in the new pack, so I'm gonna put that everywhere. I'll put some little lights outside of each of the apartment's front doors. Maybe a fountain would be kind of a cute touch for the front yard. I don't really know what I want it to look like out here, so I'm kind of just guessing. I guess a small fountain might be kind of nice. Small fountain and then like some landscaping around it, because then we've got space in this courtyard to put a couple of outdoor items for the Sims to use. I think for the mailboxes, I'll put 2 of these little 3-unit mailboxes on each side. I don't normally build like this with like all of these slow steps as I slowly add to the outside, so it's looking kind of ridiculous with no roof, but I promise I'm gonna add one. I just haven't done it yet. I don't really know what kind of roof I want it to be either. I hadn't really thought that part through yet, so maybe that was my bad, but I'm not sure what it should look like. My initial thought was like maybe it could be something like this, but I don't know. It's not really speaking to me. I'm gonna come back to that. I don't really know what I want to do with it yet, so I'm just gonna do that last, I think. I want to get some really pretty pink flowers in here. I'd like to get some pretty pink flowers kind of filling in this section. I don't know which ones to use. I think these are a bit I don't want to call them ugly, but I don't know. How does that look in live mode with the fountain on? Is it better? Oh, that's cute. Okay, that is better. Do you think it would be a bad idea for me to try and use the weather machine real quick to make it not cloudy? I could just close my game and then reinstall the UI cheats mod, but what if I tried to make it hot? I simply want the clouds to go away. That's all I ask for. It may backfire and do the opposite. Oh. Yeah, that would be, yeah, okay. My sim got electrocuted, so never mind. It was worth trying, but I'm just gonna leave it there, I think. Should I do like 2 little umbrella tables outside? I don't really know what it should look like outside. I guess I haven't thought that through. I'm just gonna put some wood on all of the decks on like these front patios. And then I guess the other nice thing is that we have a lot of space. We have like a lot of these staircase areas that we can kind of do some shared stuff in. I really like the idea of trying to put some planter boxes and like really decorating around here. Oh my gosh, also we need to put this stuff on the staircases. We can't just have them be open. People are gonna get hurt. Well, they won't get hurt. It's The Sims 4, so it's not possible for them to get hurt from the staircases, but it doesn't hurt to add. We also need to have trash cans. I didn't really think about that part either. I guess it'd be nice to have maybe just like a couple on the side right here. I kind of want to have 2 sets of umbrella tables. That takes up a lot of room. It might not be a good idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I want to get hopscotch because we got this new little hopscotch item. Oh, that takes up all of the space. Is it okay if it takes up all of the space? I think it is. I think I should use it anyway because I like it. I'm really putting my sim through a lot. She's electrocuted. She's got to plant this stuff for me. Oh. Well, that didn't work. Hello? Begonia failed to germinate. Why? Oh my god. Seriously? Is it just gonna keep doing that? Can you not plant them in there? Is that why? I'll get him a second tomato. I don't really care. I don't really care. Oh, the tomato failed too? Is it a space thing? What's that? Well, now what's happening here? Why? Okay, try this way now. Further over. Oh, okay. I think it was a space thing. So that was in fact my fault. Sorry. My bad. Sorry that I blamed the game for that one. Well, I mostly just wanted them to look super grown because I think it's cool to have some plants out here like a community garden. We have the chess table, we have some more planter boxes. On this top floor, maybe I'll get a little grill and another set of tables. We can kind of pretend that it belongs to these Sims, but realistically everybody can use it. And then last, maybe I'll get a couple of bikes outside of this unit because we can pretend that the family owns them. Then I'll swap all the doormats to be different colors because that's kind of a nice touch. And I think that might be all of the main exterior stuff. That just leaves us with the porches and the exterior wallpaper. Oh, and the roof. I think I've decided that I want the roof to be flat. I think it should be flat across this building, and then they could have like this part just open to the outside. I'll give them a little awning on top of these little units because they don't have a cover on top of their front door. The roof can just be kind of plain gravel. And then maybe I could get like the AC unit and a couple of these other little things that kind of look like utility items for the rooftop. I bet it can just be kind of plain. Like I bet we could just do siding on the outside like this because that covers the whole thing and it looks pretty decent. The porch lights being black actually make a huge difference. We need to have some more color contrast, I think. So that helps to tie in the color of the windows, how they have the black trim. Okay, now I'm gonna decorate all of the little patio stuff separately. So I'm picturing that these people are big into plants. So I'll give them like some little gardening tools. They have the hose, they have some planter boxes. They have planter boxes out here too. So I'm kind of trying to channel that with their unit. Oh, wait a minute. Better idea. I'll give them a flower arranging table. I don't use that very often, so that's kind of a fun touch. This one just has a little grill and another table. Maybe I'll put an easel on one of them. By accident, I have made this place really expensive. I keep just putting all these things that we probably can't afford. Oh my gosh, let's do rocking chairs and like some knitting stuff on one of them. They can have a couple rocking chairs down there, maybe a little basket of yarn. I think all of them should probably have some sort of plant on them because otherwise it looks kind of bland. I didn't want to make it too busy, so this is kind of what I'm thinking for the patios, and I think that might be the place done. Now we just have to switch it over into a residential rental. I'm gonna name it the Rindle Rose Apartments because I kind of like that, and we just have to label every single one of these units. So this one downstairs will be number 1. We'll create a unit and have this one be number 2. Most of the outdoor spaces, like these hallways, will be shared, obviously, but then they'll have their own balconies. Oh my god, I broke something by accident. Help, help, help. What did I do? What did I do? Okay, that's number 5. This is number 5. It's starting to lag a little bit, so I'm getting a little overwhelmed. That one's number 5. And then last we have unit number 6. Okay, I think I've got everything all labeled correctly. I am gonna change this. I might do like 1A and then 1B to show like what level they're on. That's maybe a slightly more realistic way of doing it because the numbers then correspond with the level it's on. And then each of them are 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Although I will say 3 bedrooms is kind of a stretch because one of the bedrooms is just the living room. But technically, it is 3 beds, 1 bath. And this is what it'll look like if you're playing here. All of the other units will be hidden. So you'll only see your own unit. Oh, I messed this up. That's a good way of testing it, actually. I forgot to label the bathrooms. Oh my god, the game is lagging so bad. Okay, are you good? You're good. Let me just, hold on. Let me just save. This is what I mean. The residential rentals are very laggy for some reason. Okay, this one belongs to 2A, and this one belongs to 2B. I think that should be good. It's hard for me to see the outline, so it's kind of hard to tell. And then in total, if we actually had 8 Sims in each unit, you'd be able to fit 48 Sims here, living on just this one lot. That's kind of a horrible thought, isn't it? But like, if I filled the vacancy, I don't even know if there are. Oh my goodness, this person has 3 cats. I haven't played yet with like all the packs installed until today, so I'm kind of curious to see. I've not seen anybody have pets yet. Oh my god, Kitty Lou has McGoober, Mrs. Love, and Bugella. Oh my god. I probably shouldn't rent to somebody who has cats because these apartments don't have anything for cats in it, but I haven't seen people with pets yet. So I'm kind of excited about this. Before I only had the base game and the new pack, so I couldn't tell. Look at them, look at them. Hi, kitties. Oh, this one's naked. I like Sphinx cats, they're funny. So interestingly, the max rent on these is 112, which isn't that much money, but it's decent. And then if you wanted to play here, there's 2 ways that you can get tenants. You can like find them from the tenant application menu, but you can also just move Sims in. This is what it looks like from the map view, by the way. It's kind of cool. You can see all the units separately this way. But then if you wanted to just move somebody in that maybe by default already has 8 Sims, which I don't think we have, but just take a random townie family, you can move them in super easily. You can just send them in there and then you can get like anyone living in your apartments instead of having to only rely on the tenant application. You can also move yourself into apartments this way. You can move people out of apartments this way. You can kind of manage it a little bit more from managed worlds, as you might expect. I saw some people asking if you could only get tenants from that application menu in game, but no, you could get anybody from anywhere to live here. It works just like a house. I've basically made each of these units into its own lot. So it works the same way any of the other lots lots do. I'm gonna upload it to the gallery and call it 8 Sim Apartments. I don't know how many people are gonna play in these because most people don't always play with 8 Sims, and certainly not in like micro apartments like this. Each of the units is technically a starter home. They're only like 18,000 simoleons, so you can live here pretty easily. This is really bad of me, but I actually want to evict some of these townies from in here. Does it work if I do that? Yeah, okay, it does. I wanted to evict the townies from in there and then place some 8 Sim households. I've got a bunch of random 8 Sim households that I've used for like various 8 Sim challenges before. So I'm just gonna place a few of those in so we can see what it's like in game with this many people living here. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal because you're not gonna see them all at all times, and that's why there's loading screens in between apartments, because they're not trying to load everybody all at once. Oh, this one's just full of clowns. Okay, well I don't like that. I don't remember making that household actually, and I wish that I hadn't made it. That's fine. Let's go see what's happening over here. Oh, there are a lot of people standing outside. I think because they're gonna load into the house. But this will be fun because they should hang around and like play hopscotch and use a lot of the stuff that we've got out here. One of them's playing chess right now. You might see people using the grill. Yeah, look, they already are. Oh, that's kind of cool. Because you have so many neighbors, they should be using all of this stuff like all the time. This is a really fun way to make places feel more lively. I'm just gonna use this so often with my Sims. I know I'm gonna have people living in houses like this all the time. So hopefully you enjoyed this build. I have some more like normal apartment builds that I'm gonna post this week as well, but I kind of wanted to test out pushing the limits again with this one. If you're interested in seeing more content playing with For Rent, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel because I have already posted quite a few videos and I'm gonna be posting quite a few more, and I know you don't want to miss it. I'm also playing with the pack every day on my Twitch stream, so I'll link my Twitch channel down below too. I'm literally making like hours of content with this expansion pack every single day. It's been a lot, but it's been fun. And on that note, I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. This is the kind of apartment that I would probably play in with like 2 Sims instead of 8, but it is fun to see how it works with 8.